Hey guys, for your next project, Portfolio Piece 3, you're going to do a social media branding page. This is kind of a growing industry where small businesses try to make their own social media pages, but they don't turn out really well. They don't have the Photoshop or Illustrator skills to really make these things look professional. So it's a nice little niche to get yourself into. If you're going to do branding for a company, throw in the fact that you can not only brand them on paper, make a logo for them, but you can also brand their social media pages, which they'll probably use more than a website if they don't have a lot of money to pay for web development. So for this project, we're going to use Boston Terrier Rescue of Eastern Tennessee. I've provided a link to the website, and it's the same that we use for the brochure, but it's a nonprofit. It's a good website to use because they have a lot of images. You'll get a lot of nonprofit work, and it's a perfect example of how you can continue to work for one client and do multiple graphic design projects for them. So for this one, we're going to rebrand their Facebook page. I want you to make them a new profile photo, a new cover photo, and then they do a lot of silent auctions. So you would do an event banner. So when you have to go to Facebook and create a new event down here, um, we're going to make an event for them. So it would be a silent auction event, and you can fish around on their website to see past silent auctions and how it was done. You can use that as competitive research. Look at other animal rescue pages as competitive research. What do they do to market them? Now, keep in mind, nonprofits don't have a lot of money, so the graphic design isn't that great. Um, you might need to reach out beyond nonprofit organizations to see better competitive research in this kind of stuff. So this project is multimedia. You can use raster art or vector art or a combination of both. You could draw your vector art in Adobe Illustrator, bring it into Photoshop, and shade it and color it and add photos to it. You could do, if you did a holiday event, you could draw vector Christmas lights and vector Christmas trees, or vector stars, vector starry night skies, and then open that file in Photoshop, hand shade it, and clip out some pictures of the Boston Terriers so that it look like they're kind of in a snowy holiday scene, which would be cute. Um, it's up to you, but you need to propose it in your communication brief in the beginning. So the document size for the event banner is 1920 by 1080. The profile photo is 180 by 180. Yes, it's very small. And the cover is 825 by 315. So in Photoshop, what you're going to do, or in Illustrator, literally, you can use any application, not InDesign, that doesn't work, but Photoshop or Illustrator. I laid this out in Photoshop. So I took a screenshot of the existing Boston Terrier page. And, it's a photo with text. We can do better than that. They have their logo here, and you can indeed use the logo here again, but there's a catch. It's really pixelated. So trace it in Illustrator with a pen tool and turn in the Adobe Illustrator vector file. Get some pen tool practice on logo recreation. There are so many times that your clients will come to you and ask you to do page layout for them, and the only logo they have is this little tiny pixelated thing, and they don't have the nice high-res file or the vector art file anymore. So we trace them. We trace logos all the time. So for this project, if you didn't trace it for the newsletter, you're tracing the logo for the website. Um, you're laying out this graphic. You're making a mock-up that looks just like this. So you would design your event page. That doesn't go into the mock-up. That gets turned in independently. You would design your profile image. And this is just file new in Photoshop. Keep it at RGB, keep it at 72 dpi, and type in that height and width in pixels. And then this is the banner. Now it has a thing in here that says mobile safe area 560 pixels. So in Photoshop, find the center and mark out that 560 pixels of safe zone. So if it's in a mobile app, the important stuff has to be in the middle. Now you can put stuff in the outside brackets, but don't make it the super important information because it'll get lost on a mobile app. So once you design these three elements, you save each one as a JPEG. Those get turned in independently, and then you place the profile picture, the banner and the profile picture right in here, and you save this as a JPEG too. So that gets turned in as well. And this is listed, it's all listed in here in the very bottom of your assignment. You're going to turn in the PDF from part 1. Obviously, we have to turn that in. You did a lot of work on that. You got to get points for it. You're going to mock up the Facebook business page. That's the thing, that's the screenshot. The event banner as a JPEG, the profile image as a JPEG, the Facebook banner as a JPEG, and the AI trace file, just for good measure. Um, Always trace those files. If it's pixelated, don't put it in your portfolio. Pixelated work looks like it's an accident, and nobody wants to hire you if you're making accidents on your pages. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, email your prof and let them know.